Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13, the LG G6. Going to go through some of the settings and features that LG software offers you, the user, to enhance your experience on this device. Now, some of these features will be practical for you. They may not. They may enhance. They may not. May help battery life. They may not. It's up to you to use the LG G6 in a way that's going to fit your lifestyle and make it work for you. It's going to be different from the guy and the gal next to you. So I'm just going to go through some of these features really quickly and briefly to show you what everything looks like. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. If you have any questions, you want to know more, leave some feedback down below and I can individually get back to you and give you a little more in-depth explanation on what I'm going to go through. Now, because if I go through everything in detail, I'm going to be here for like a couple hours. Literally, it can take that long. One of the things that I do like on the LG G6, and let me just say this right away. This is the T-Mobile variant that I picked up for $650. Totally worth my money. That is still an expensive amount of money to be spending on a device. But for me, being a YouTuber, a reviewer, and a consumer, it was worth my money and bringing it in and sharing it with all of you. I'm going to tell you, man, this device is so optimized with LG software over the top of Android Nougat 7.0. Just phenomenal. Totally digging it. Every day using it out of pocket in my hand, it's just been feathery smooth, just buttery smooth. No issues. This device is really well optimized. Got to make sure my tripod here is tight. My device seems to be sliding a little bit there. Okay, so one of the areas that I do like, and I forget that I actually have it, and this is where you have to find out if these features are going to work for you. If you're forgetting they're even there, they're going to be killing some battery life. So if you use them, try them out, test them. If it's something that you think you're going to forget, get rid of it. Don't use it. Okay, but I leave the double tap to wake, double tap to shut off, because it's something that from time to time I remember it's there, and I actually like it. It's fun. Is it really practical for me? No, but for some it is. So I can tap, turns it off, double tap, wake it up. You have a feature here, this animation, that will get to my my code to finally unlock my device, and that's a pattern that I drew. Some of you use a PIN code, some of you will use the fingerprint sensor, some of you will use facial recognition, and then there's iris scanners on devices these days. So this animation gets me to the point where I get to my pattern, and then I'm fully unlocked. Okay, show you what the toggle area looks like. Got 2 pages. Typical setup right there. If I had notifications, they would all be right across the display right there as well. Use that little arrow to expand, to unexpand. Let's go into the settings area, and up here, after you take your device out of the box, you want to get it set up with your accounts, security features. Then you want to get your other settings set up, such as Wi-Fi, your passwords, your Bluetooth, your accessories, and so forth, mobile data, call settings, share and connect, tethering. You do have the option of having tab view, which you can go from right to left, left to right. I don't like that view. I like the list view, so we're going to do that. You got your sound. You got sound profile, which I have on silent, so I don't receive any notifications while I'm doing this video. Okay, I will still receive them, but I'm not going to hear that they're coming in. You got your volume, to your ringtone, notification, sound, touch, feedback, and system, music, video games, and other media. That's what that looks like. I got my ringtone. I make my own ringtones. I have an app that I downloaded called Ringtone Maker, which automatically is synced to this area. So you have your preloaded ringtones and notifications, and I have the ones that I've allowed to be on here as backups to what's already preloaded that I can make, or I can throw in the little garbage can right there. So I can add, and it goes automatically to my Ringtone Maker, where I can edit any of my music and turn it into a ringtone or a notification sound or an alarm, or leave it as music. And if you want to know more about this, you can ask me that information down below as well. But again, I don't want to get totally into that because I would be here for a long time. Ringtone ID, vibration strength, which I like to have that all the way up. Sound on vibration, yes, I like that. So if I'm getting a ringtone, if I'm getting a phone call, if I'm getting a notification, it's going to vibrate as well. Vibration type, you can have it on long lasting, rapid, short, repeated, standard, TikTok. There's my notification sound that I made. Vibrate on taps, sound effects. I'm sure you know this area pretty well as well. Make sure you read all the information underneath the headings, okay? Dialing, keypad sound, keyboard sound, touch sound, screen lock sound. I don't need all of that. Again, that's just going to use that battery life. It's an option that you have, but I don't utilize all of that, so I'm not going to use it. Notifications, do not disturb. If you don't want to be disturbed at all, you can turn off the sounds and the vibrations. Apps, you can set all your apps and how you want to be notified. Do you not want those notifications coming in for a specific app? You want it to be priority. It's up to you to figure out how you want each and every individual app working for you. Androvid, let me just show you. So you can block, silent, on-screen lock, and priority. Okay, read the information there. It'll help you decide how you want that app to perform for you when it comes to being notified about any specific app. Lock screen, I have it set to where it hides all my notifications. So if my device is set down on the table, I'm at work, on break, and I get a notification, it's going to show that I have a notification. It's going to pop up, but it's going to hide the information so nobody sees that information. Okay? I love that. Again, another security feature. Display, you have font type, font size, bold text, app scaling, adjust the screen size of apps, display size, set items on the screen to the size easy for you to see. So you can minimize the icons, your apps, from small to big to medium. And I'll just show you really quick. So that's where it's at right now. It's in between. So I can make those bigger or smaller. Okay. Display size. Oh, I just did that, didn't I? Comfort view is a option for those who let's just say you read a lot. Okay. You're laying in bed and the brightness of the whites on the display is too strong for you. You can change. Let me turn that on first. So it's low. So it actually turns to a yellowish tint. And I'm going to see if you can see that. Medium. And then you can actually do black and white where everything is black and white. So the yellowish tint can be enhanced or lessened as far as what's going to be more comfortable for your eyeballs when looking at your display, especially if they start to hurt. I mean, for me, I don't think I would utilize this, but for some of you might. And I know that it's hard to see on here. There's a little bit of that yellowish tint. And I can turn it to really low, or I can turn it off. I don't utilize that. For some of you, you may need to. Brightness, always on display. I don't have that on right now. It uses my battery. I don't really ever look at that. Tell you the truth, I just grab my device, turn it on, and I go. And I look at my notifications. So again, it's different for all of us. Some of you might be going, what? You don't use your always on display? No, I really don't. Auto rotate, screen timeout. I always keep my display on when I'm on it. I set it down for a couple seconds because I'm coming back to it. If I'm not going to come back to it right away, I'm going to just turn it off manually. So I just don't like that when I set a device down for 2 seconds, turn around and it's already locked up. Okay. That's why I always have that on. Home buttons. You have a button combination where you can add notifications. You can automatically pull down on your notification bar area there to show you notifications, or you want to get into your toggles, capture, and Q slide. You can add those all to your bar area down at the bottom there where your back button, home button, and recent applications button is. I don't utilize that, but that's something that you may want to use, but it's not for me. Knock on, I use that periodically. I like it. It's fun. Is it practical? Not really, but I like it. Screensaver, if you want that. Let's go to display. I just did display. Man, I keep doing that. Home screen. Home, you can select home, which I already have. You can, basically you're going to have a lot of folders with apps in them because you're not going to have an app drawer. Easy Home shows a simple layout with a large font size. If you choose the home with the app drawer, it's going to turn off the feature where when you're on your home page and you slide down. Okay, I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to try to hide this information because I got sensitive information up there, people that I know. Basically, this is an area. It's a quick access area to get to applications that you've recently used a lot, and it's an easy way to get to them. Or the last few recent emails or Gmails or phone calls, and you want to get back to it really quickly. You would just slide on your home page there just about right in the center. Just kind of lightly slide down, and that's going to all pop up. And it's all going to be there. And it's just, and you can see, let me just hide some of that. Those are the apps that I've frequently been using a little more of. Okay. So anyway, here's the point of that. It's a cool feature. Okay. But if you want to use the launcher with the app drawer, you're not going to be able to use that feature. If you want to use the Easy Home, you're not going to be able to use that feature. You have to decide how you want to do it. Now, I know that if you use the way it came out of the box, it was set at the home where it shows all the apps on the home screen and the other pages. You can actually get rid of some of those apps. You can, and I'll show you where to go for that. Or you can create a ton of folders for all those apps. And that's what I've done because I like actually using that feature. I can get to those certain specific areas really quickly, and it's really cool to use. So that's why I don't have an app drawer. I'm actually getting used to not using an app drawer. So I'm fine with that. So let's get back out of there. And there's a sort by app. So, oh wait, that's sort by apps by alphabetically or download date. So you can actually have your apps set up in a way where they're all going from A to Z, or by the date that you downloaded those apps. You have your grid, 4x4, 4x5, 5x5 on your home page or all your pages. I like it right in between, so it adds a little extra. So basically I have 5 going across and 4 going down. Okay. And you got your high apps. This is where if you choose the regular home launcher without the app drawer, and those apps are everywhere and you don't want a lot of folders, you can just tap one of those, hit done, and it'll disappear from your pages, your home page and your other pages. Okay. I choose not to hide anything, choose not to have the app drawer so I can use that feature. I choose to just make folders for everything. That's something that you'll have to decide what you want to do. Continuous loop. That way you can just keep scrolling through your pages without it coming to an end. I don't have that on. Smart Bulletin is include an additional home screen showing customized information. So if you turn that on and you go over to your home page and swipe over to the left, you have a Smart Bulletin. This is going to, I'll talk about the smart settings. It's got your music player, LG Health. All this is going to use battery life, so you better use it if you're going to utilize it into your life. Okay, if you do, because but some of you out there really get into a lot of these options, and it's there for you to use, especially if you're into health, you're into knowing your steps, you want to get quickly to your stock music player, your calendar, you have a lot of appointments, your Evernote, save everything that matters, find it fast, and have it everywhere. If you want this, it's there. If you're using a Google Launcher, I haven't done that because typically if you slide over with the Google Launcher, your Google page is going to be here. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to try it out. But for me, I'm not going to utilize Smart Bulletin. For a lot of you, that may be something you really are going to use, something that's an option. Search by swiping down on the home screen. That is the feature that I showed you when you swipe down on the home screen and you can quickly search what you've recently or used most of lately, or your recent email, Gmails, phone calls, messages, and again, the certain apps that I've been into more frequently or are going to be right there. You can turn that off or turn it on, but it's only going to work, if I'm correct, on that home launcher, not the easy launcher and not the one with the app drawer. Okay, I have it on, so it works on my home launcher. Let's get back out of there. Lock screen, because I was just in there. Make sure I don't forget anything. Select screen lock. So secured with fingerprints and pattern. Smart lock, keep phone unlocked when connected to trusted devices. So you can keep it unlocked. There's that pattern. And it's going to always ask you for a pattern to get into that. What is a smart lock? Keep your device unlocked when it is safe with you. Smart lock can do this by recognizing signals like when your device is in your pocket or near your home. Got it. So you got on body detection, trusted places, trusted devices, trusted face, trusted voice. These are all the options you have. Those are the headings. Those are the explanation, a little bit of the explanation. So on your body, keep your device unlocked while it's on you, while it's in your pocket or in your purse. Okay. So you choose how you want to use these options. You can Google search these options too as well to find out more information on this. I'm only giving you the gist of it really quickly so I don't spend 2 hours on this video. Trusted devices, add device to keep this. So if I add my Bluetooth headset or my speaker, it's always going to be trusted with my device. So it's not going to be locked to that specific item. Okay. It's always going to be unlocked when I go to sync it to that. It's always going to be ready to accept it in. So again, pretty neat stuff if you want to use it and utilize it. Make the pattern visible. Yes, mine is obviously visible. You've seen that. Wallpaper, clock, choose where you want your clock to be. You can choose it on the corner or into center. Shortcuts on lock screen. I don't utilize that too much. That's why it's set up the way it came out of the box. But you can add something there like your Gmail, YouTube, whatever you want to use. Screen swipe effect. This is when I first unlocked my device. You saw that little bit of animation. You can use particle, soda, basic circle, vector circle. Let's go to vector circle and I'll show you that later. Well, actually, I should have saved that. Okay. Weather animation. Show animation on the lock screen when it rains or snows. So you can turn on when it's raining. You'll see raindrops on your lock screen, or you see snow or sun. That takes away battery life, so it's up to you if you want to see that. Contact info for lost phone. It says my project 13. They actually want you to put like your phone number there. So if you lost your phone and on your lock screen, the only information that will show itself, because you'll have everything else hidden, right, for security purpose, will be a phone number or a name. That way they can actually call you and say, hey, I lost your phone. I saw it on your lock screen. Your phone number appeared there. So that's something that you can choose to do. And I can change that, put my phone number there or whatever, or just a phrase. I put my project 13. Lock timer. So lock timer is set to 5 seconds. Okay. So that way that locks up. And nobody can get into that area. Power key instantly locks. So if I hit my power key on the back, locks my device instantly, right? So let's see. I know I did that already, but I have to always check. Theming. We can theme up my LG G6, you can theme up your LG G6, and you can actually download into LG Smart World. And once you set that up, it gives you free theming. They got top, free, and new, and you can choose whatever you want for theming your LG G6. I have some options here that I've played with. I'm actually back to the regular theme that it came with out of box. Smart settings is basically have your device work for you in the way that you want it to, as far as like when you're at home, you want your Wi-Fi to be on, you want it to be off when you're away from home. To set this up, you'll have to give it your location. And then I have it set up so when I'm at home, it turns on my Wi-Fi. So once I go into the specific area, there's a parameter of where you live. Okay. And let's just say that parameter is this big and my home's right here, and I'm driving, and once I hit that parameter and it notices my Wi-Fi, which I have really good Wi-Fi, it's going to automatically turn my device from data to Wi-Fi. Okay. And when I leave that parameter and I'm driving out of my parking area here at home, and I go out of the cul-de-sac down the road and I start driving and I leave that specific parameter that it has, that location already set up, it's going to turn off the Wi-Fi and go to data. It go to my carrier, it's going to connect to my 4G LTE. Okay. When an earphone is plugged in, what do you want it to open? I set YouTube up, and you can turn that on, and you can see you have different choices. And when you plug in a wired headset, I choose YouTube. So let me go back out of there. Since I have that set up, I'm going to take some earphones right now. Let's see if that works there. Plug these puppies in, and it took me automatically to YouTube. You see that? I really dig that. I don't have it on right now. I'm deciding if that's something I really want to play with and have on, and if it's going to take away from my battery life. When Bluetooth device is connected, you can do the same thing. You can choose what app you want it to connect to. Just something to play with and see if it's going to work for you. I really dig the Wi-Fi. Having that on once I get into that parameter area where the location is set up for, and when I leave it, it just turns it off and gets to my 4G LTE. So really digging that. Get back to settings there. And that's smart settings, storage, battery saving power. You got your battery usage. Right now I'm at, I've had this device off since, gosh, what, 8 o'clock, I think. My screen on time right now is 2 hours, 4 minutes with 88%. So you can see that. So right now I'm heading towards probably about, and I've been using the device already pretty well today. I'm going to probably head for about 5.5, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. But it's doing well as far as the screen on time. Ignore optimizations. So you can select apps to ignore battery optimizations. Apps will run as normal in the background. This may drain the battery quickly. So you can choose what you want to be ignored and just run in the background. Maybe you want it running in the background. You can go through that area and choose how you want all that to work for you. Memory. Let's see. Smart cleaning. Pretty cool. Battery usage. Shows you that. We can get right to that battery setting. Battery saver. Block use of always on display. Again, that's why I don't have it on, because I really don't utilize it anyway. And it says battery life. Test hardware. You can test everything when it comes to the hardware on your device to make sure everything's working right. Bluetooth, it'll say good. And pretty much I've done all of this and everything is pretty much good for me. You can optimize your phone and it'll go through and just optimize. It will delete temporary files, stopping apps that are not being used. It'll just work on all that, and that's really cool. It kills all that and just brings everything and optimizes everything back to where it should be. So totally digging that. Apps, all my apps, you can go in and work with the permissions. You can disable, you can delete the ones that can be deleted. You got your cloud. I don't have anything set up there. You got location, fingerprint, security, accounts, sync, language, keyboard, backup, reset, and Google services. Shortcut keys, you can capture, press the volume up key twice and you can capture, or you can press the volume down key twice, click, and get to your camera when your device is off. So it can be completely off, and double click on that area. You can set that up and you'll go right into the camera. So that's pretty cool. Date, time, accessibility, about phone, regularity, and safety. And that's about it. Anything else you need to know, let me know. Man, that was a lot of stuff. Hopefully I explained it all right, correctly. If I didn't, if I screwed up, let me know. I'll get back to all of you. Again, leave some feedback. Thanks for taking time and being part of the team, My Project 13. Without you, it just doesn't happen. Till my next video. Peace. I'm out.